What is up, all?
What is up?
This is Rest of Noise number 6.
Deep in the heart of the night after an Unsane show.
Yeah.
Uh,
Saw
an
Unsane.
Unsane show.
Hell yeah. They
yeah,
were heavy as fuck.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared for that. I mean, the couple times we had seen them before, or at least the one time we'd seen them before, was at the Warp Tour, which was way back in like probably '99.
Right.
Somewhere around there, and they had that freak hit from that song that had really
Oh, Scrape.
yeah, with the skate video where everybody was breaking bones and stuff like that, and that video kind of went viral back before videos went viral.
Right. Heavily requested and
Right. And by a freak chance they got on the Warp Tour, and we were like, holy shit, let's you know, we weren't really metalheads. I mean, we've always been metalheads, but we weren't like, we didn't appreciate Unsane for what they really are back then.
yeah, we weren't ready for them yet.
Yeah. And I mean, they were super heavy. I mean, compared to what you hear it recorded and what they sounded like live, way heavier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can definitely hear their records, and I love Unsane. Their recordings sound more chaotic, but when you see them live, there's definitely a groove element.
Oh, absolutely, dude. I was thinking about that tonight too. I'm like, this shit fucking hella grooves.
Right. I mean, it reminds me of 16 at times. The way it's just.
Oh yeah.
Not saying they sound like 16. They're
Right, but they also groove.
Right. Where you just like have to bob your fucking head.
Yeah. But yeah, it's sounding that close to them tonight, for sure. That's what I was thinking the exact thing, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like super catchy.
Yeah.
If you pay close attention.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like little melodies.
Right. And you could I like watching them when I watch performers. I like watching their facial expressions because you can tell they like what they're playing.
Yeah.
Certain parts. And it seemed like the bassist was always fun when he was playing like really hooky.
Yeah.
Just really catchy shit. Yeah. That was a good show. It was very impressive.
It's always those shows like I love Unsane, but I was like tired and I was like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
I'd
have been.
It's always those shows that turn out to be like the better shows for whatever reason.
Yeah, and I mean, Unsane, I never looked at them as like a doom band, but by the last song they played at that show, you couldn't have told me they weren't a doom
right,
band.
Totally. I know exactly what part you were talking about. That shit.
I mean, that shit was like hot.
Heavy.
The first High on Fire, heavy.
Yeah.
Wall of sound, less guitar chugga and more just, I don't know what you call that, heaviness coming your way. And then before that was Plaque Marks.
Yeah, they were interesting. They were like a noisy, stonery, rock.
They were good.
Something.
I mean, I hadn't listened to any of their stuff on online at all, so I didn't know what to expect. So I was pleasantly surprised you weren't as enthused.
Yeah. Well, I did listen to them online. Now I didn't think much of it, but seeing them live, way heavy.
Yeah, way heavy. Yeah, they really, again, had a groove element to them that just had to. You had to bob your head to it.
Plus, it was so like catchy. I don't know.
Very catchy.
Very easy to like.
And I like that they had sort of little shticks they would do between songs. One of them was reminiscent of Suicidal Tendencies in the.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and the different.
Oh, Dad,
Yeah. Yeah. The different vocalists too. They had like.
They had
three people.
Each one of them in the band sang it.
Oh, really? Okay.
I was paying attention because the drummer sang, didn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and then And then each one of the guitar, the rhythm guitarist, the other guitarist, and then the bassist all sang.
One of them had a snotty vocal that I liked.
Yeah, they were
very interesting. I'm gonna spend some more time exploring them because I don't know, man. They just came out of nowhere. I've never even heard of them before.
Right. You know, I don't know what label they're on. They had some cool vinyl. They only had stickers for sale, which was kind of.
That's all.
I would love to have a patch.
Yeah.
Or something from them.
Collection.
The one guy who was on point with the merch at that show was a band or guy, I should say, called Reptoid.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
We walked in. There was a drummer only, and he had some kind of a microphone mask on.
Yeah, apparatus strapped to his face.
Yeah.
At first you walked in, we thought there was a whole band playing.
No, totally. And then you look at the stage, you're like, wow, that's one dude.
Yeah.
Playing drums, and he probably had a bunch of switches at his feet.
Yeah, I was actually during Unsane, I snuck over. I was over on one side near where the equipment was, and I saw actually his pedal set up, and it was insane.
Oh, really?
Insane. There's a reason why he was selling that little. I imagine he built half that shit himself, because that little box he was selling, I think he builds those.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I was wondering why it was $125 for
a distortion thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool shit, dude.
Yeah, I don't know the guy's name, or I'd give him big ups right now, but
Hey, just remember Reptoid.
Reptoid.
Super noisy metal? Rock? Industrial?
Never
from Oakland.
Trust me, you've never heard anything quite like it before, nor have you seen anything quite like it before.
He kept talking about aliens and
shit.
shit.
He was very interesting, and
Yeah.
I mean, there were times. I love the times in the songs where you weren't sure if the song was over or if he was just giving a dramatic pause.
Right. Yeah, he did that a lot.
A lot, and then when he was done, he would as he was in between songs, he wouldn't make an effort to not breathe heavy. He was like,
yeah,
and it becomes
with his
sort
face
of like
sitting
atmosphere.
down. No, totally.
Yeah.
He had his face like planted in his snare drum and just being.
Yeah, like he's breathing for dear life. It was.
That's a lot of work to sing and drum and press pedals. Oh, that's fucking. I was impressed by his work ethic as well.
Right. Yeah. No. Sorry, my headphones just came on and they sound a lot better.
They did?
Yeah,
good.
I think I was unplugged over here, which makes me feel really retarded. Anyways, on a side note, we just spent about a half hour, 45 minutes trying to get the audio right before we started recording, and
it's still not right, but hey, it's the best we're gonna get this week. I gotta read that fat manual on the Zoom H4n.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And so that was the rundown of that. I thought the coolest Reptoid, the coolest merch of the night was the Reptoid playing cards, which basically had all the
that's right,
nefarious players in our government right now.
Yeah, it was a deck of what do you call them? Trading cards.
Yeah.
That he made or had made.
Yeah, really cool.
There's a lot of detail, dude. I was surprised with those cards, even like the little paper sleeve it came in.
Yeah, the paper sleeve, it all felt super legit.
Totally. That's gonna be worth some cash someday.
That guy will be big, I'm sure.
Like there's 500, or not even 500. There's 100 of those ever made. Little 10 card decks.
True.
Cool. Yeah, definitely cool merch.
Yeah. We found out about a show tonight. There's so much shit coming. We're having to pick and choose, and it's getting hard. I guess. What was the show we missed last night? I don't know. We missed.
You let me listen to them in the car, like a 90s or. Yeah, like a 90s thrash band, or maybe a late 80s thrash band.
Dissident Aggressor had a reunion show over at the Boardwalk. And then tonight was the show we went to, Unsane. Tomorrow night is Warbringer.
Yeah.
And then on Tuesday night is Bell Witch, which I'm going to go to. Unfortunately, Jason's working.
Yeah.
But that's all good because we're going to Pig Destroyer on Saturdays.
Right.
And that's going to be epic, which we heard 2 other bands were added to that. Connoisseur, which is I don't know what you'd call them, a stoner death metal.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, super catchy as well.
Yeah, not quite as doomy as death metal. More of a little more playful.
Yeah,
and then
there's like a punkness to it.
Yeah, exactly. And then one other band I can't think of. Maybe.
Yeah, we talked to the sound guy. He does the sound at all the metal shows. Chris.
Yeah. And
from Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, right.
And Plague Widow and...
Super nice guy. Yeah, it was interesting talking to him about Plague Widow and the...
He's also in Church.
Oh, really? I didn't know he was in that band. Church.
Or a Sacramento Doom band. 20-minute songs and shit like that, you know.
That's a badass name for a band.
And it's spelled funny like CH.
Oh, VRCH. I've seen that around. Huh. Didn't know that was them. Yeah, he seemed like a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Whenever that dude does sounds, you know it's going to be...
On fucking point.
On point with how it sounds. Like, you can hear the detail and it's just loud enough.
Right.
Not
Definitely.
Muffled at all.
Yeah, so...
but yeah, Bell Witch, are you really going on Wednesday? That'd be interesting as shit.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
Good.
Yeah, I'm going to go check that out.
I bet you they'll have some dope merch,
That's
too.
That's what I mean, so... You know me, I love to spend money.
And that band Monarch that's opening is interesting as well. I haven't spent a whole lot of time with them, but they always have interesting art covers and...
Yeah, I'll have to check them out. I know nothing about them.
Yeah. They've been around a little while.
Just seems like there's a show every night. I mean, like we missed that show, which was Giant Squid, Squalus, I think is the name.
Squalus.
Yeah, and then Tom Hanks opened for that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming, so...
Gotta pick and choose, bro.
Pick and choose. I mean, we chose Pig Destroyer.
Yeah. It's gonna be dope.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope to see Pig Destroyer in a enclave, in a death metal I don't know what, grindcore, extreme metal enclave like Oakland. You know.
Yeah.
There's few places in the world that are as influential in the metal scene as the Bay Area. So. Cool.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So what do you got on your list there, bub?
Well, I started off the week by sending you a song from your boys, Turbo Negro, Rock and Roll Machine.
Yeah, that was interesting.
It's a lot cleaner than I've ever heard them before. They're trying to get like that popularity thing going for them.
Yeah, I could definitely hear them being played on 98 Rock.
Yeah, it was kind of like, but rocky.
Yeah, once they got rid of Hank Von Helvet, and I mean, I'm don't get me wrong, you know me,
yeah, you've always liked Turbo Negro.
Love Turbo Negro, but fucking once they got rid of Hank, I was done. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, the lead, like that's why I didn't even go see them when they came with.
So their lead singer's gone. Their old lead singer, who's fucking singing now?
Some fucking guy. I think he's from like. I could be wrong. I thought he was from like Australia or something.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I mean, I
don't follow them very well though.
Yeah, they well, he had heroin problems and stuff. And
oh, cool.
I really didn't do much. I have not done any history on that recently. I mean, but yeah. So
it's always the ones with the drug problems that make the good music. That's why I'm like, cool, he's a heroin guy.
Yeah, I would take yeah, that Apocalypse Dude's album. That is one of the best albums I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all their other stuff, it's all right, but that Apocalypse Dude's album, fuck.
Whatever was going on in that period of their career.
That was like at the height of his heroin addiction. On that tour was when he had to go to rehab, and then they called it quits until Wipe It Till It Bleeds. Or wait, was it Wipe It Till It Bleeds? Whatever the one after that one was, where it looks like a H.R. Geiger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I love me some death punk.
Yeah.
They call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, I sent you that new Mammoth Grinder track, Superior Firepower.
Mammoth Grinder is amazing.
Yeah, I didn't know that the drummer from Power Trip is the vocalist and guitarist for Mammoth Grinder.
Makes me want to... I didn't either. It makes me want to go back and listen to it like 10 more times to see what's going on in there.
Yeah, totally. I could definitely hear some Power Trip in there.
Yeah.
Maybe the guitar work. Oh, yeah, he plays guitar.
Yeah.
And he drums for Power. Duh. But
and Mammoth Grinder's just a fucking rad name.
It is. I like in the Metal Encyclopedia they describe their sound as a combination of hardcore and death metal, which is pretty accurate.
Right. And that's cool to...
Because I definitely was thinking about hardcore when I was listening to this track, this new track.
Yeah, when you think about Power Trip, you think they're like a part almost 50-50 thrash hardcore as well.
Yeah, crossover.
Yeah. Yeah, what else do you have on your list there?
Well, I sent you a track by that band, Genocide Pact. Death metal from Washington, D.C. Conquered and Disposed.
I wish I could tell you something about that track. I didn't review it. Genocide Pact? Oh.
Yeah.
Genocide Pact.
I'm like, wait to the 2-minute and 24-second mark.
Sorry. Yeah, I checked out Genocide Pact. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I don't know why I was thinking something else. That's one of the two things Relapse dropped this week.
Yeah.
Within the last 2 weeks. They dropped 2 fucking fire-ass albums.
Totally.
Yeah, Genocide Pact is the shit. Yeah, and that section at 2:24 you told me about on that specific track was just amazing. Because it just kicks in even harder than what it was.
Right. And it's super like thrashy and dirty.
Right.
And
it feels, you're like, yeah.
So they have an album before this that has 7 tracks on it. Came out like 2 years ago, and that's their debut. It's fucking good too. They make you work for it. Like, I mean, the whole song, each song is good,
right?
But like, it gets even better if you wait. You know what I mean? Like every track is like that.
Right. No, I know what you mean. Yeah, it can't all be. Just can't eat candy bars all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
There's a sludginess to them that I like. They're not sludgy. It's like they take their...
There's a dirtiness to it.
Right, but they like take their time to like... I mean, I'm not saying what I just said.
Right.
They take their time, like, I don't know. They repeat that pattern over and over before they change it, and then it's like calculated.
Yeah, it puts you in a trance, and then
yeah.
Like, oh, then now we're changing.
Yeah.
Until it's where some stuff they're like they're hitting you with such fast shit, you don't even get a chance to like.
Yeah.
I don't know, absorb what you're listening
to.
Yeah.
You just nailed it. Yeah, it's easy to digest.
Yeah, whereas sleep is like the I guess I'm not gonna go off on a sleep tangent. Sleep is all they say that sometimes a riff is so good you just want to hear it for an hour. That's
Yeah.
You know, and I think there's a little bit of that philosophy going on in what you're talking about, you know?
Yeah. Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
But shit, what'd you send me? You sent me a couple German bands.
Yeah. I
What were you doing over in Germany,
I
bro?
don't know. I don't know, but a lot of stuff that comes across my path is from foreign countries, mainly Spain and Germany right now. And it's just stuff I happen to click on.
You sent me some dirty ass sludge metal from Wolves Carry My Name
Yeah.
from the Black Earth Tongue record.
Yeah, that's
That shit was good, dude. It was dirty.
yeah, it's definitely pissed. It's not like one of those things where you're like, oh, they're you know, how do I put it? It's fucking real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's a street quality to it. There's
That's
a
what I mean. There's a
hardcore quality to it.
Right. It's not. I mean, there's a hardcore quality. Exactly. You hit the nail on the head. There's a hardcore quality to it, but there's also like a black metal, like death, dark quality.
Yeah.
To
There's
it.
it makes some. There's something very dark. Yeah.
Yeah. You know
brewing
what I mean?
with their sound.
Whereas usually you don't get like a street sound or like a ornate dark sound. You get one or the other, but with them you kind of have it both. There's also, like I mentioned, like the vocals are very Lair of the Minotaur. If anybody knows that band, I mean, I love Lair of the Minotaur. That's kind of what drew me into that band. Was just those vocals. Yeah, the vocals on that are outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, that shit's real. It just feels like it. Like, yeah. And the other band you sent me from Germany is a black metal, death metal hybrid called Blackwater.
Oh, yeah.
Wheatgeist Corrupted was the record that you sent me.
Yeah, that's definitely some interesting shit.
I love the fucking what is that, a deer head or a cow head on the cover that's all gnarly looking?
Yeah.
That shit was heavily detailed. Sick shit.
Yeah, that's again usually the cover art is what drew me in, which is sort of it's kind of refreshing to see a symbiotic relationship between the the artists and the recording artists.
Yeah.
You know, them using each other to
one of those images you're like, that's exactly what it sounds like.
right. Yeah, exactly. Instead of it being like, oh, how fucking clever, they just, you know, the jacket's yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, there's some lazy ass. We were talking about it in the car on the way over here, on the way back from the show, is how we're sort of transitioning out of that record store dying phase, and some of the record stores are sort of pulling I don't know, pulling up out of the nosedive they were in, you know, and starting to survive. And it's because some, not all of the record companies have upped their merchandise and, you know, the packaging and everything. It makes you want to get a CD again, or it makes you want to get a record again.
Yeah, totally. They're putting their time and
right.
The artwork.
Yeah, you know, like that Brant Bjork.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, it makes you just see it. You're like, I gotta have that. Yeah.
What'd you think of Blackwater though? Their sound.
Blackwater is good. It's very black metal-esque. I wish I could tell you more about what they sound like right now, but I'm kind of put on the spot.
Well, I don't know. They seem pretty tight. That's the only thing I didn't like about them, and I'm not saying they're not. I mean, they're good musicians and everything,
right.
But their drum production's pretty dirty, so it like makes it up for me.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I dig so deep sometimes that it's like, fuck. I hear so much shit that it's like, like with Genocide Pact, I'm like, oh yeah, that shit was good. You know, it's like hard
Yeah.
recalling it and being like, yeah, I need to start taking notes. For you people out there, that's what it is. Troy needs to do his homework, and he hasn't done it. Yeah. But yeah. So, do you have anything?
Yeah. I mean, you bought the Brant. You went record shopping this week.
Oh yeah,
You gotta.
well I bought that Brant Bjork over at Dimple because I had my eye on that.
It's like a live recording, right?
Yeah, in Berlin. He does really good live albums. Brant Bjork. I don't know if any of you are familiar out there with him, but he was one of the founding members of Caius. With a name like Brant Bjork, you would overlook that shit in a heartbeat. You think, oh, what the fuck? This is some dude from whoever the fuck. He
Yeah.
probably has an acoustic guitar. You know, I don't want to touch that shit.
No, totally.
But then then you find out, oh, he's the fucking drummer from Caius. Oh, he's the fucking drummer from Fu Manchu. Oh, he has his own shit. Oh, he is totally a fucking stoner rock legend.
Right, right.
You know, yeah, Brant Bjork is badass. But and if you haven't, yeah, his live albums are good. His stuff is very it's bluesy without being cheesy. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's good trimming music.
What's the other record? You got you got a CD and you got a.
Yeah, I picked up that Power Trip for used, which I was stoked on because I'd been looking for that. The other big find was that Living with the Dead album.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if any of you aren't familiar with Living with the Dead, if you know Electric Wizard, their arch enemies could probably be called Living with the Dead. And if you know anything about, I could be wrong. I could be talking out my ass, but I really think those two bands do not like each other. I think because Just Obern's been quoted many times as talking about the people who left the band as being assholes and fucking, just all this, just negative shit. And all those people are in Living with the Dead. And the interesting part, if you want a little bit of trivia, is Electric Wizard's first album was done by, the artwork was done by the guy that did all the Cathedral albums.
Huh.
And that's interesting because Living with the Dead has Lee Dorian from Cathedral in the band. So I bet that really gets under his fucking skin. So I don't know. Maybe I'm blowing it up too much, but it's just interesting to me.
Yeah, totally.
Living with the Dead is the shit, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Living with the Dead or With the Dead?
It's with the Dead. You're
Oh,
right.
okay.
I'm thinking of Living with the Dead because that's my favorite song on the With the Dead album.
Ah, nice.
Living with the Dead. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Says it over and over again. Yeah, it makes you want to go back and look at all your Cathedral stuff. Yeah. Badass stuff.
Fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I figured out the way to get the splatter vinyls and shit like that.
Yeah, you found the.
I think.
Right.
I mean, they Portal dropped a track 3 or 4 days ago, so I went to check Profound Lore and see if there's any special splatters or whatever, and they're almost sold out of everything already. I'm like, damn, that album doesn't come out for a couple months, so I special ordered one to get one.
So basically what you're saying is our old school dumbasses didn't realize, oh, you can order shit ahead of time.
Yeah.
We were so used to waiting Tuesday night
at midnight to get new releases. Hell yeah.
But now it's whoever can click the fastest.
Right.
That's
gets
cool.
one.
Yeah, like we were saying, we can we can get some of those cool packages that Relapse puts together, like the dying fetus package, with the knife.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they have some interesting packages Relapse puts out, so
yeah,
it's cool. And plus, some of those packages are cool. Next week we'll be talking to you about Pig Destroyer when we
Yeah, I've seen Necrot again.
Necrot.
Call of the Void.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of bands there, and then like Chris was saying from Tom Hanks, two or three bands got added. Connoisseur was the only one I recognized. He said two others too, but I can't think of what they are.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm going to be going to sleep to a Bell Witch album tonight. Beef up on Tuesday. Give you guys a little bit of info on how that went.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested to hear about that.
Yeah.
I don't think I can make it to that one, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it should be a good time. I mean, I definitely like Bell Witch's cover art.
Yeah, their art's fucking badass.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't given them any time, really.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit, but I think it's going to take some breaking down some walls to really love their sound.
Yeah, no,
it's like an hour-long song, their new record.
Fuck yeah.
It's one long journey.
Hey, if sleep can do it, anybody can.
Yeah. Yeah.
If three stoners can do it.
Dude, that Grave track you sent me was dope. That that Alice in Chains cover.
The cover Get Them Bones. I mean, I like Alice in Chains. Them Bones is my favorite song. You were a big Alice in Chains fan.
Well, yeah. Well, when I was a kid, I had Facelift.
Yeah.
And I fucking listened to that thing like hundreds and hundreds of times.
Dirt was my first album. And I was just like, I don't know what my problem was.
Everyone loves Dirt. And I never really have.
But see, think about it too. I had a weird... I have like a weird zigzagging path to where I'm at. Like, I mean, it wasn't just like I went from cheesy shit to hard shit. It was like I went from Guns N' Roses, and then I went and listened to, and then I've got Testament, Practice What You Preach, listen to that shit forever.
Uh-huh.
And then, and then all of a sudden I was listening to like, weaker stuff again, and then it was weird.
Ups and downs. Ups and downs.
Yeah, so I'm listening to that. But I also used to listen to Testament, so...
Right.
It's all relative.
You're like bringing back memories of Anthrax's Sound of White Noise.
Fuck, yeah, dude, I wore that shit out.
Yeah, such a childhood record that you just fucking played.
The interesting...
played.
The one thing that I think about that album, that I honestly think that is Anthrax's high watermark.
Totally, dude. Everyone loves the original lead singer, Belladonna, right?
Right, but
I mean, he's good, but the fucking
that album was their only serious album, where they're like, we're fucking musicians and we want to put out the best product we can. James Hetfield says the only song he ever really wishes he wrote, or the one song that he wishes he wrote, would be Black Lodge by Anthrax.
That's a good track.
Yeah, you listen to that track and you look at Anthrax through a completely different lens. And a lot of you, I don't know, maybe some people do realize that Anthrax got semi-popular with that song. I mean, with Metallica getting big, they sort of opened the door for for Megadeth and Anthrax with that song. To get popular, Anthrax is always popular though. They're never gonna fucking,
they have a following. So.
Yeah, they're more of a steady line than a series of ups and downs.
Yeah. So whatever happened to Bush?
I don't know. Oh, he went back to Armored Saint.
He left.
Yeah.
He was done with Anthrax.
I don't
know.
Okay. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, because when we saw Anthrax with Bush.
Yes.
That'd be interesting to see Anthrax with Belladonna.
It would.
Yeah. We saw that was a good show though. They put on a good show.
Yeah, they're super energetic about.
Yeah.
What they're doing.
Yeah, that was the one thing. Yeah,
Scott Ian and co.
everybody. Charlie Belante, he's always been a drummer I've admired. He's always been one of my favorite drummers. They say he was looked up to by all the other drummers in all the bands because he was the known to be the fastest. He could play the fastest and the longest of all. They were all like in awe of how fast and long he could play.
Wow.
Yeah, they're an interesting band.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry guys, it's a late night. We've been out trying to get this sound ready so we don't sound like crap for you guys.
Damn. That was awesome though. We went on a rant from Grave to Alice in Chains into Anthrax.
Yeah. Go on a little journey.
Go on a little journey. But yeah, but fucking you threw a curveball. I mean, threw some Fudge Tunnel at me this week to check out. But, I mean, I have checked it out, but you're like, remember this?
Yeah. Well, what reawoke my interest in Fudge Tunnel was the because I had a Nail Bomb album from back in the day. I got it. And Nail Bomb, if you guys don't know, it's a Sepultura Fudge Tunnel Biohazard mix. And yeah, and, I mean, I like the album. I never really appreciated it for what it was until now. And you go back and listen to Napalm Death and stuff like that, and you see the stuff they're like sort of hearkening back to. Not saying they sound like Napalm Death, but you know, and then I was like, oh, Fudge Tunnel, whatever thought of. What was that band? And then I went and did some research because I remember for some odd reason, whenever I think of Buzz Oven, I think Fudge Tunnel, and I can't think of why those two bands. The only thing I can think of is Headbangers Ball. Something happened, and I was like, "Oh, those two bands know each other. Or they were on tour together or some shit."
Maybe.
Yeah, but so I was like, "I'm gonna go do some research on Fudge Tunnel." Yeah, good shit.
Yeah.
And when I think of Fudge Tunnel 2, I think of just, for some odd reason, another, like, tangent weird thing. I don't know why I think of Justin K. Broderick and Godflesh.
Yeah, because they kind of drone out Fudge Tunnel at times.
Right.
I can hear that, yeah.
Yeah.
I was really into that Creep Diets record with the one with the big bug on the front. I don't know if you remember or not. Yeah, they do some interesting shit, though, like, surprisingly. They can get super, like, almost poppy at times, and then let's, like, throw some sludge metal.
Yeah.
Not even metal, sludge rock?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it's hard to define.
It's, like, super noisy.
And it's British.
Sludge.
And it's British.
Yeah, which is crazy. I thought
Right.
they were from the States.
Right.
But they were like a Midwest band, but apparently not.
No. Them and Iron Monkey are holding it down.
Yeah, totally, dude. Yeah, bro, dead air is bad.
Yeah, I know, it's terrible. We're getting there. I need to.
Well, I did buy an LP at the Unsane show.
Oh, that's right. You bought that.
I got the Wreck LP, not the new album, the one before this one called Wreck.
Yeah, their new album's good too. The thing I noticed about their new album is definitely, and this isn't a bad thing, is less noisy.
No, yeah. But they're like what we were talking about earlier, how we were super close to the stage and like we could hear everything. Like, I don't know, something about the new record makes it easy for you to
get into that,
to get into the patterns rather than sift through the noise.
Right.
Which is what's fun about Unsane, or one of the things that's fun about Unsane.
I just had an epiphany too. Wasn't Unsane to me has always seemed like they spawned that genre of like noise metal. I don't know what you call it, but like there's a whole like sub genre of bands that sound like Unsane. Like,
yeah, like heavy, like
Dead Guy. If anybody out there knows.
No, totally. That's a good one.
Yeah, that there was There's a couple other bands that I can't. They're not coming to mind, but it's like a weird little genre.
Like when I think of Unsane, I also throw whatever this category is. I throw Today Is the Day in there too.
Exactly.
Because it's like, how can you really describe Today Is the Day? They're like,
It just is.
it's metal. It's super chaotic. It's whatever.
Right.
You can't really describe it.
Yeah, and it's got an atmosphere to it that they're working at trying to build.
Totally.
Yeah. Huh. So.
But I would even throw like Melvin's in that direction, but not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd throw Melvin's in that direction for sure.
Melvin's one day they're gonna rule the world. I don't know, but I mean, they're interesting too. I mean, they don't show any signs of slowing down, and they're definitely not doing the up and down thing and doing the straight path thing. And the longer you do that, the longer you stick at it, eventually one day they're gonna be they already are legends, but
yeah, for sure.
I mean, you listen to all the sludge and stoner rock and doom, and everything harkens back to every one of those 99% of the bands in those genres will list Melvins as one of the bands.
Yeah, totally.
As their influence.
How could you not?
Yeah, because I mean, Boris, that hits on so many damn different areas.
Hell yeah, Boris is the shit.
Yeah. On a sadder note, the last Warp Tour is gonna be. I'm not sure if it happened or if it's coming up, but it's it for the Warp Tour. I think there's definitely a different show model or different festival model coming along with Aftershock and stuff like that.
Yeah.
With bigger sound was never great at a Warp Tour.
Never.
That wasn't why you went. It was just to see a bunch of bands. And I mean, we saw Eminem at the Warp Tour.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of, we saw a lot of big names at the Warp Tour. So sad to see it go, but
yeah, they're not. It's not what it was though.
I'm excited to see what's gonna fill that vacuum.
Yeah, totally. Hopefully it's
something. I mean, I love Aftershock, but something harder than Aftershock.
Oh hell yeah! Some tour that has like all the smaller death metal bands,
like the stuff we were
sludge.
Looking at,
yeah.
That one was ungodly, dude. It was Today Is the Day. Every band you could think of.
Oh, Maryland Death. Yeah, Maryland Death Fest. Yeah.
Fuck, dude. I don't know.
It's ridiculous how many good bands are on that fucking thing.
Today Is the Day. Yeah, 16. I can't even name them all. It's just like fuck.
It goes forever. Integrity.
Yeah.
They've been on a lot of those like heavier festival tours since going to Relapse.
See, one day, our hope is to get a special guest from Sacramento on here, and maybe we can get the straight scoop on the integrity. Oakland beef. If anybody out there knows about integrity and why they can't play in Northern California, please hit us up.
I don't get it. I don't know what happened.
All I know is it had something to do with a guy named. I don't want to get my ass kicked. I won't say the name. But yeah. From somebody that used to be in a band out here, but then joined a band out in the Midwest. I think Cleveland. Yeah. If anybody out there knows what I'm talking about, hit us up. Please let us know. I would love to know.
Hell yeah. I
would love to see integrity out here, and I know I used to get sideways looks when I wore my integrity shirt from people.
So, like, next week, I think, if you want to do it, we could do our favorite records
of 2017.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
listen to so much stuff. It's like we were trying to give each other a spitball list in the car on the way over to the show, and I couldn't do it. There's just so much shit. It's hard when you're really digging and trying to find stuff, to like discern, and
right.
pay attention. Yeah, especially because you're more on the death metal side of things, and over there there's not that many good death metal bands, so you know what I mean.
Yeah, totally.
Whereas like I love death metal, don't get me wrong, and it's not like we work it out like you only do death metal and I only do stoner rock, but I've been digging in the stoner rock doom bin a lot lately, and there's just so much of it out there.
Yeah,
right now.
totally.
That shit is like blowing up. Yeah, so it's all running together in my head right now, especially after a handful of edibles and a show that rattled my brain.
Seriously, my ears are still ringing.
Yeah. No, it's cool. Talk to Mario from Hoods and Vomit. He's the bartender out there at the Blue Lamp. He's always a cool guy. It's always nice to see him.
Right.
Yeah, your guy Chris, or our guy Chris from
Sound guy.
Yeah, does a good job. So I'm excited to see that Bellwitch show.
Hell yeah! Can't wait to hear about it.
Cool, and then
on next week's podcast.
Yes, I will be working on my list hard, and I will be studying, so I'm not late with my homework. Right on, Jason.
Right on.
Have a good one, guys.
Later.